We who are about to play Saludio! Hello everybody, I'm back. I'm Oliver Joyce, I am the game's Gladiator, and welcome back to Season 4 after a long hiatus. It's been a while, my friends. I haven't had the time with Sword and Sandals Immortals development and everything. The heavy burden of that has just kept me away from this, but the time has come to have a bit of fun again, and I've missed playing games and talking to you guys about games and that kind of stuff. So let's get started again, and what better game to get started with than a game that needs no introduction. It is, of course, Vampire Survivors. It has had 180,000 reviews on Steam. It has had millions of plays, made the developer millions of dollars, and probably allowed them to buy millions of cars. Probably. It's a hell of a game. I'm not going to lie. This is a fun one. I've been playing it a bit the last few nights. And let's just jump into it and have a bit of fun playing Vampire Survivors. Let's go! All right, this is it. It's Vampire Survivors. And I got to say, it doesn't look like much to start with. And you look at it, it looks like the first game made by a sort of a university student. Pixely backgrounds, pretty crap UI. This was made in Phaser, which is a HTML5 game making tool, and I used to work with Phaser for a while, and I was not a fan. So on first impressions, you don't think like this game is going to be much, and you kind of think, what is all the fuss all about? I mean, what is it? I mean, look at this. This looks like it was put together in 10 minutes. You would be wrong if you judged a game like this on first impressions. Let's go. So, first of all, we want to choose a character. You can have Antonio, Imelda, Pascalina, or someone called Gennaro, not available yet. There is a ton more characters. As I've said, I've only played this for a few nights, probably had about sort of 8 or 9 runs or so. We'll start off with Antonio. Each one has a different power. Antonio has more damage, Imelda gets more experience, Pascalina has faster projectiles, and this guy starts with a whip. He's the classic sort of Simon Belmont character. But let's jump in. So all you got to do in this game is walk around. It's literally move the arrow keys and kill things. So when you kill things, you get power-ups. So he's got a whip, and it moves left and right. As you level up, you can choose, do you want to get clock, whip, magic wand? Let's improve the whip. Now, as I said, I have not played this that much, so I'm not really particularly good at the strategies of the game yet. I haven't really looked up anything about, what is the right strategy. So you'll probably be much more familiar with this game than I am, and you'll probably be screaming, hey, Ollie, you got to do this, got to do that. Go over to these things, and you get little power-ups, often extra food or health and that kind of thing. King Bible, knife, or a Pichon, which is a kind of dove, I guess. Let's get the Pichon, because I got that last time. It was pretty good. It does sort of bombing runs. I mean, it doesn't look like much, but it's strangely addictive. It's something about this game that, it's got this genius meta loop of collect things, kill things, collect stuff, get more, level up, level up, level up. And something about it just works. And it takes 1 or 2 games to sort of click. And you think, what was that about? But in this era of very complicated games, sometimes it is good to harken back to the simpler days of, just games that, are simple and fun. This game has attract orb, candelabra, a knife. Yeah, let's get the attract orb, because that can be really useful. You want to be able to pick things up from further away sometimes. The quicker you want to level up, the better, I think. Those white bats are a bit tougher. Now, the aim of this game is obviously survive as long as you can. You always will die. It's a roguelike in terms of, I guess, roguelite in terms of the meta progression around it. When you die, any gold you got, you can use on other things. Well, don't run into those things. What I really want is a speed up power up or a luck power up, because I think Those are the things I kind of want. Whoa, swarm of bats. You want to stay away from those, although when you get more powerful, they can be good ways to sort of farm gold. Oh, taking a bit of damage. Let's grab some of those things. Okay, another tracked orb, crown. Let's get the crown. We need to be leveling up a bit faster. Eventually, this game's sort of on a bit of a time limit. Like, you know, after 3 minutes, certain things happen. After 10 minutes, it's like a skeleton horde attacks you and that kind of stuff. So eventually, you're on a bit of a race against the clock in terms of you want to be getting as powerful as you can, as fast as you can before the monsters get too powerful. And there are certainly more powerful characters than this one, I feel. My record on this is only about 10 minutes. So, oh, that's pointing me to something. That must be a power-up over there. If we can get over there. That big bat horde is not fun. Another attractor, that's garlic. Damage nearby enemies. XP gain again. Let's get some more XP. And this is pointing us to the treasure. So, if you can find these things, you're really on a winner. Treasure found. This sounds familiar, right? This sort of kind of happy, upbeat music. And that's because the developer actually worked on poker machines. Those awful, horrible machines designed to steal your money. But he's used a lot of the techniques in that, the sort of the, you know, the lights and the sounds and the rewards that you get, the little sort of, you know, dopamine hits and stuff like that, that make you want to play more and play more. And he's used those techniques in this game. Now, this game, so look how fast we're leveling up. It's great. Whip, armor, hollow heart. Let's get the whip. We do need to increase our power. Skeletons are here now, and they're doing a bit of damage. But yeah, this game is not an original. In fact, it's based on a game called Magic Survivor, I think it was, from you know, a year or two before, which is again based on another clone. It's a clone of another game from years before. The concept is not completely unique, but what he's done is adding up all the meta stuff around it is the genius part of it, where, you know, the leveling up, allowing you to buy back the gear, this quick level up, choose one of three things. You don't. There's tons of strategy, but you don't have to think about it all that much. You know what I mean? You basically, yeah, it really taps into everything that we kind of want from games, the dopamine hits and everything like that. The feeling of agency. There's a lot of luck involved, and at some point there is a point where you will die, but you feel like, hey, if I just change my strategy a bit, I could have done better. And you know, super easy controls as well. Anyone can play it and understand it straight away. And I think that is the key to a successful game: is can you pick this game up straight away and understand what you need to do? And this sort of taps into that. Speaking of clones, there have been, I'm not joking, hundreds of clones of this game on Steam and on the mobile app stores already. The most popular of which is one called Soulstone. Lightning Ring. Let's grab that, because we do need to get a bit extra power. And, you know, whenever a game like this comes out and it's super popular, you're always going to get big clones of games, especially a game like this, which is so, you know, relatively easy to understand how to program, even though I'm sure there's some technical things in here that are quite clever. You know, even just the way the sort of the rings of these sort of flower things, these triffids, and you know, the collision detection, keeping things. It's got everything you want as a game developer, and so you can see that a lot of beginner game developers are thinking, oh, I should make my own one of this, and that's why you see so many. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I was tempted. I was like, oh, I could do my own version of this, and I had my own spin on it, which I'm not going to tell you in case I ever do make it. But that has actually turned into something else, which I'm going to reveal on my next developer video. Spinach, armor, Peachoni. Let's get another Peachoni. Peachone? Oh. I thought I got that, but I actually leveled up exactly at the same time. But problem is, these guys are all hanging around. Now, the trick is, if you want to make your own clone of this, do your research now, and you have to stand out. You have to have a real point of difference, because I've seen space versions of this. I've seen sort of Brotato, which was a very popular one made in Godot, which is the game engine that I use. Have fun music. This goes for too long, I feel like. That doesn't need to go for as long as it does. People have done versions of this that obviously look better and more polished. They've changed up the theme and that kind of thing. There's sort of, Space Marine versions, that kind of thing. At this point, if you were going to start a clone of this, it's probably too late, I think, because by the time you have thought of it, so is everyone else, and it's going to be very hard for you to stand out. Having said that, what do I know? Because there's always a game coming out every day that, is a clone of a game that still makes hundreds of thousands of dollars, because people can't get enough of whatever the flavor of the month the game is. My advice, if you are a game developer, take what you can from this, try and work out what makes it addictive, and then use those techniques on your own game. And, put in the meta progression, put in the, the quick level design decisions. This game doesn't need tutorials. It doesn't need you to hold. It doesn't hold your hand or anything like that. It's instantly familiar and understandable. But there is the depth of the level progression, and there's even extra areas. There's like a library and a sort of a tomb area and everything like that. I've only still been in the forest. Clover, yeah. Let's keep getting luckier. Whoa. That's going to take us a bit of pain. Oh, I'm stuck behind the tree. The bats are good because you can get a lot of coins from them. Oh, that's going to hurt. I'm going to die. No! Game over, man. Game over. Yeah, so that's Vampire Survivors. Good fun. Really, really good fun. What I didn't show you is you can now level up and get extra, use your coins to spend on, the meta progression of getting better armor, starting off the more lucky or faster and that kind of thing, and eventually unlocking extra characters and probably extra levels and worlds. It's one of those games that even now I thought, I could play that again. But I do have a job and I got work to do. So, Vampire Survivors, don't judge a game by its cover, because this game, I don't know, it was a mixture of luck and great game design and right place, right time, and it's made that developer a lot of money. So if as a game developer I could have a tenth of that success, I'd be dreaming. Hey guys, if you like this channel and the games Gladiator, and you like Swords and Sandals and all my Whiskeybarrel Studio stuff, you can support me on Patreon, and there's a link below. Patreon, basically, you know what the deal is. You give a little bit of money each month, and then I give you back nothing. I mean, I give you a newsletter every week where I just talk about my thoughts on game design and what I'm up to and so on. You get a copy of my new games when they come out. And I'm hoping to bring you fun new stuff to Patreon, because it's not a very fair deal for you guys right now. I'm going to be hopefully getting into 3D modeling a bit soon, and I'll be giving you some 3D models and access to my new game when it comes out, and you'll be part of the development process. I want people to be involved. So it is something that I don't really ask. You do it. If you want to be a patron, awesome. It really would make my day. But if you don't want to, also cool. But if you'd like to be a patron, that would make the Armorer's Day too. Off you go, Thargan. That guy always demanding money. It's not me, it's him. Big shout out to Dane Simoneau, Daniel Funches, Bardi X, Brandon K, Ilya Gurovich, Pipuch, Noah Gudajan, Stone God, Timmy Boy, X Up Omega, Jeff Fro of Hex 3D, Hopeless, and Eunice, my hardy bunch of Patreons, legends all. So we're back on the Games Gladiator now, and I'll probably do one of these videos every week, or at worst case every couple of weeks, just testing out games, seeing what's fun. Not all new games, just games that I might have missed over the last few years. I've got this sort of Xbox Game Pass for the next sort of 6 months or so, and so we'll be checking out some games from there. If you've got any recommendations you want me to check out, maybe I can also look at those. For me, it's just a fun diversion from the game development stuff, because I've been working real hard on Sword and Sandals Immortals, and it's sort of, now that that's finished, I want to have a bit of fun again and just reconnect with you guys, and, not be just constantly preaching to you about Sword and Sandals Immortals and game development and that. I feel like the channel had lost a bit of the fun in the last year or so, as I've been so tied up in the game that, a lot of the a bit of the magic kind of game dev sort of wore off. So I'm looking forward to just refreshing, recharging, starting a new game, a non-Swords and Sandals game in the coming weeks, and I'll be telling you a bit more about that. If you're new to the channel and you want to subscribe, hit the bell and everything. It's not a big channel, but you're going to get a lot of honesty from me, and anything you want to know, please ask about game development, life, whatever it is. I'm an independent game developer, so I do this full-time for a job. It supports me, it supports my family. I've been doing it full-time over 3 years, coming up nearly 4 years. And before that, part-time, and I was working for a educational games company using that phaser game engine, which I'm not a fan of, but hey, look, Vampire Survivors, right? And before that, I of course worked for the old company making Swords and Sandals and other games for about 10 years. So I've had a long career in game development, and a long career, not even a career, a long life of playing games ever since I was a little kid. And now my kids play games, and, the cycle continues. So I love games. I'm not a professional game reviewer or anything like that. But if you like the games Gladiator, tune in next time. It's good to be back, my friends. I salute you, and bye for now.